You don't have to wait further. Let me apologize for the last time we could not complete the process because of my network failures. So apology. I believe you've accepted my apology. So we have to start all over since, as you said, the network wasn't too smooth. There were a lot of breaks and all of that. So we have to take it from the scratch. So we're looking about design thinking and innovation. We started by looking at it. Before then, I told you this course is a practical course and that there wouldn't be any um, sit in assessment, say quizzes, the other form of presentation, and the end of semester exams. We are going to develop an idea, think through and develop an idea, and polish it to the point where we have a prototype and a final one. So based on that, we are going to award this course, each week's presentation put together. Then the last time you write a reflection or a report to cover the entire 6 weeks of meeting. Then you get your grade. That means that the essence of the course is not about the grade that you are going to obtain. If you get A, and at the end of the day, you didn't involve yourself that much, and that you cannot pinpoint on anything, or you've not trained your brain towards identifying an opportunity, okay, then it means you've not made any, you've not achieved anything good from the course. So let's allow ourselves, okay, and go through the processes, even though difficult, but we are going to go through the processes. Each week will require a tough decision that you have to make. You need to sacrifice a lot of time and other resources to be able to make it. That's about the course description, the objectives. We should be able to understand the relationship between design thinking and marketing outcomes. Okay. Before you're able to do the marketing outcomes, please let's mute our mics. I understand some of you are still transiting from one place, so you are in vehicle. So let's off our mics. It's going to be helpful to all of us. So your marketing outcome and the sales you make from your business and all of that, it can directly be related to the kind of design thinking or design thinking ideas that we have. We should be able to understand and address a real world design challenges. Learn to look at different angles of problems. As we say, students of design, and when we are done, we should not see challenges or problems as problems, but we see problems as opportunities. And that problems should be looked at from different angles before we draw conclusion, whether we should go for it or we should let it go. We should be able to build prototype of product or service ideas. Okay, having obtained idea or having been able to think through to get an idea on how on establishing a business. Design thinking or this course should help you develop a prototype. You do not jump into a particular business. You need to start somewhere. Okay, you start somewhere, then you build a prototype, test the prototype to see if it works. It will work out before you finally enroll. So we do not do that. Students of this course, we are supposed to have the skills, the knowledge, and understanding to be able to build prototype of product or service ideas. Then the fifth point, investigate and think creatively about design problems and opportunities. We discussed that already. Develop visual literacy and to explain design decisions. Use computing tools, okay, and online environment to aid design thinking. So beyond what you're going to do, IT, technology, AI we should be able to deploy some of these tools to help us do to design our ideas. The outcomes, the learning outcomes. There are three major issues here. Gain the knowledge on the key concept of design thinking. So today we are going to have or delve into the key knowledge on what the key concept of design thinking are. Then the second one, understand the mindset and methodology of design thinking. So when we say design thinking, what do we mean by that? We are students, what must we do? What is the methodology? Where do we start? What and what do we need to put in place to be able to have that kind of design thinking philosophy? Because all of us should have that philosophy where we are supposed to design, moving away from the traditional way of starting business, but engaging in the design thinking philosophy. So what is the design thinking methodology or the philosophy? We'll look at that. Then identify best practices and transforming your organization. So to be able to transform a firm, it may be an emerging firm, a firm that we are yet about, or you are about starting, or an existing firm you're already managing. So how do you use best practices to transform these businesses or organizations? Assessment, we've discussed that already. So we are going to look at 4 key areas: the key concepts, design thinking mindsets, design thinking methodology, best practices. We discussed this, so we don't want to go into detail, just a revision, because we're able to do this. But for the sake of those who could not, and for the fact that there were a lot of hitches in the connectivity, let's look at it, but briefly. We mentioned that design thinking is a human-centered approach. So everything is based on what? On us, less of the tools, the machines and tools. But it's a human-centered approach to innovation that draws from the designer's toolkit to integrate the need of the people, the possibilities of technology, and the requirement for business success. So similar to what we understand marketing to be, whatever thing that we are doing should be based or should be centered on the people, on the customers. We should not go into it all because we have what it takes to go into it, but rather it should be customer focused or human centered activity. So we sum it up by saying that design thinking is an approach for creative problem solving. Okay, creative problem solving. There may be an issue confronting us, confronting the community, confronting the organization, where people or other individuals may want to address the problem differently. But we, as students of design thinking, we are going by the approach of creativity, assessing or addressing the problem using a creative way. So creative problem solving, not just the traditional or what is we already know. We discussed this framework based on the fact that we are to use creative problem solving approach. We saw the fact that this truck, okay, got stuck under the bridge and they were struggling to pull it out of the bridge. Effort to forcefully pull it out or push it out was destroying the truck. So it was a young person, a passerby, a young person suggested that, oh, why don't we deflate the tires, and that will reduce the height of, such an idea. It will only call for people who have creative mind to be able to call for this. Many other people will come up with the idea, let's force and push it out, and that's the only solution. But look at this. So this tells us that as students of this program or this course, we are to think creatively, and we are to think outside the box. We are to use an approach that is not ordinary, or is not for the ordinary people. What makes design thinking different from all other approaches of addressing problem or managing businesses? What makes this one different? That is the unique aspect of design thinking. What are they? The first one, human-centered. Discover people's real needs and wants. It's not about what you want, you can do. No, it's about the real need and want of the people. So that should be the focus. So Having identified an issue, you look at it from the customer's point of view, from the people's point of view, but not from. So you should be able to gain deep insights of their motivation and share the feeling of others. Yes. It's highly creative. We discuss that it's collaborative. That is why we are going to put ourselves into groups. Because with design thinking, we believe that a person cannot have it all. An individual cannot have it all. So let's bring together individuals. Okay. So we brainstorm on the issue, brainstorm on the idea. 3, 4, 5 of you can come together with some resources. You want to do business, but you don't even know the kind of business to go for. You come together, use a creative problem solving approach, come together, you brainstorm. Then you rate the opportunity or the kind of ideas that come to play. You rate them, then you pick the one that has the highest score. That's what you are going to do. Then iterative. We don't assume that the fact that you have the money, the fact that we've been able to get to stage 1, stage 2 must follow. And after stage 2, it must follow in that order till we are done. No. Design thinking doesn't work like that. You may even get to stage 4 and something may come up that you have to come back to stage 1 to start all over again. So it is iterative. Repeat each phase backwards and forward and arrive at each decision or desired results after rounds of learning and discovery. So when you meet to brainstorm on the idea, when you meet to look at the issues, okay, do not go for the fact that we have to at all costs get the fact done in our first meeting. No. And the fact that where you arrive at your first meeting or in your first meeting, when you meet for the second time, you have to continue from there. Having left the first meeting, your second meeting, you may even want to even change where you go to start all over again. That is possible. So we are not supposed to be stiff. We are supposed to be flexible and allow the mental processes to work. If we have to even cancel the whole idea and start over again, and the majority of that view, based on the fact that it has been proven, or people have been able to justify that yes, there's a need for us to drop this idea and pick this other one. Do not say that you want to opt out and that all others are difficult and you are right. No, it doesn't work like that. One, it is collaborative. You need to understand that fact. 2, it is iterative. We do not follow a straight jacket thing. Then it's a hands-on. It is hands-on. Ideas are made tangible through prototyping. We need to redo, and ensure that we engage everybody on board and make the process work. That is why this course is not an examination course or sit-in exams course. Rather, it's a hands-on activity. Each person must be involved from day 1 through to the processes till we are done. That is why when we meet, the 5, 6, 7 of you in the group, each person will have to contribute to earn his or her own marks. You do not say, I am far away. No, we do not do that. If you don't have time, then you cannot go for this course, or you have to opt out because we have to be present. Okay. Thank God it is online, meaning wherever you are on this earth, you should be able to join and contribute towards the discussion. Then it's all about something of significance or positive signs. They say we show, but we do not what tell. It should be less of talking, but more of what evidence, or it's an evidence-based something. Okay. We know some can talk, some people have the ideas. When you ask them now, they have thousands of ideas, and all the ideas are brilliant ideas, but they are unable to tell, they are unable to show, they are unable to show anything significant. Like, this is what I have. Ideas perfect, but how to translate the ideas? In that case, you've not gone through design thinking. Design thinking will help you be able to translate ideas into something significant. Okay, that is it. So these are the 6 key things that makes design thinking methodology different from all others. So what is the cause, or this methodology not, or what is it that we cannot associate the cause with? One, only for the creative. The cause, some have the view that design thinking is for the creative people or product designers. No, it's for everybody. That is why we said collaborative. You may not be a creative person. Your brain is not uh, wired such a manner, but you have a role to play in the group. Okay. Some given opportunity, they can think through and develop ideas, 1,000 ideas within a minute, and they all be beautiful ideas. Their level of creativity is top notch. Not everybody can have such level of creativity, but those with such creative minds, to be able to translate that creative mind to anything meaningful will also be a problem for them. So we bring together other individuals. Some may not be able to even have one creative idea given even 1 week, but they know or they can play another role to ensure that this idea comes to fruition. So it is collaborative. Design thinking is not for the creative people alone. All of us, everybody can be what? Everybody's knowledge can be harnessed to bring about the required prototype and going beyond the prototype to have the actual product or service. Design thinking is not about, or is not a narrow equation to aesthetic and crafts. Design thinking is not just a brainstorming session, it goes far beyond that. It's not a one-day process where problems can be solved in 24 hours. No, it takes time. That is why we are going to use the entire 6 weeks and even beyond to be able to create something for ourselves, to create something for community or the society in which we are, for Mother Ghana and beyond. Design thinking is not an approach to replace analytical problem solving. No, it complement that. Is not to replace analytical problem solving. Yes, that is another way of addressing problem. We are looking at the creative way of assessing issues, assessing ideas. Design thinking is not a silver bullet for all types of problems. No, these are things that design thinking is not. Impact of design thinking. Research has shown that design thinking has gotten to the point where it is soaring. Companies, small, medium, and large organizations are all embracing design thinking methodology, and they are making it. When we embrace design thinking, what are the possible advantages? Create better customer and employee experiences. Why customer experience? Because whatever you design, we learn that it is human-centered, it is customer-focused. Because of that, customers will be happy. Because you went to them, assess them, you got their real needs and wants, and you've been able to design something to satisfy them. So why won't they be happy? Okay. Why won't they be happy? This is what we call co-creation. You involve the customer, you went to him or her, got the understanding better. You went to him or her to test the prototype, okay? And therefore, when the product is available, they will buy into it in terms of satisfaction, delight, and all that. They tend to like whatever that has been produced because they were involved. Deepen and widen customer relationship. That will bring about a kind of relationship and a good one between the firm and the customers. Improve customer retention. Obviously, when satisfaction is improved, all things being equal, loyalty will be enhanced. Inefficiencies. We got a painstaking activity or process that we go through. When we are done, in terms of real work, waste, and some of the things are drastically reduced. Design new business models. Okay, it helps to undertake new business models, increase value to the society. So now that we're going to Lashibi and its environs, we are going to design something and possibly help improve the well-being of the people in that community. Can go beyond these. These are success stories over the period. Okay. I think you have the slides. You can look beyond this. The MRI machine for children. You know, when we adults, I don't know those who have those who have ever experienced or have gone through the MRI process. Sometimes can be frightening. And when we adults place into this machine for that number of minutes, where you don't see anybody or you don't see anything, and all of that, it's very uncomfortable or can be very uncomfortable some adult. How much more children? Meanwhile, you need to be quiet, okay? You need to be stable so that the system can pick the right signals in your brain or in other part of the body for the doctors to be able to analyze and diagnose your issue. But assuming a child into that machine, okay, it wouldn't be easy. So through that design thinking, be able to design something, even also what for kids, and it is working perfectly. The history of design thinking from the 1960s to our present time. It hasn't been easy, but it has been very, very successful. So those of us in our current dispensation, we are enjoying the full benefit from the ups and downs from the 1960s, the changes, the modifications. So we are now enjoying the current trend, the current benefits. All the challenges, the issues have been resolved, or most of them. Even though now there are challenges with design thinking, we are getting the true benefit. So let's embrace it. Let's embrace it. We know our students who went through this course and they are now businessmen and women because they took the course seriously. Okay, entrepreneurs, some of us who are already entrepreneurs, when we are embrace this methodology very well, we get to know the tools, okay, or the philosophy behind this method and deploy them in our businesses. We're able to add on to our lines of production or our what technically we call them the SBU, strategic business unit. The various lines that we have, the various items we add on to our product that we sell. Okay. Through design thinking, we're able to expand, we're able to modify our current mode of operation. Okay. So let's embrace it. It is for our own benefit, not only for the cause. So that there wouldn't be any point in time where there will be resources, but I don't have the idea. Because in most cases, we hear people say, "Oh, I have ideas. No, I have ideas, but I don't have resources." But it will be a bit disheartening to hear that, "Oh, I have money. I have all the money. There's family land, there's family resources. My parents are willing to give me all of this to start something, but I don't have what I want to. I don't know what to start with." But as students of this course, that should not happen to us, isn't it? That should not happen to us at all. We should be working with ideas or given the opportunity, we should, within the shortest possible time, come out with ideas. So let it not happen that uh, this will happen to any of us here, that there will be money, family willing to assist, friends are willing to assist, bring ideas and let's do business. So then you'll be postponing tomorrow next, and all of that. No, they should not happen to us, especially this course that we are reading. We shouldn't happen to any one of us. Design thinking requires a certain mindset to ensure successful application. Our mindset, this is the point where we need to change our mindset if that is the case. So we're able to embrace this methodology very well. Let's look at the first point. The answer won't be clear from the start. And even though this is not comfortable, it allows for unexpected solutions. The answer will not be clear from the start. There are no, when you ask these big time entrepreneurs, the ideas, okay, weren't too clear from the beginning, but they accepted a challenge and they started something. So the answer won't be clear from the start. And even through this is not comfortable. It is not comfortable. It allows for unexpected solutions. Yes. It is okay to fail. It is okay to fail. Failure is an incredible, powerful tool when it comes to learning. Yes. It is okay to fail. So please, with this particular course, design thinking is telling us that don't be afraid to fail. No. Fail is a learning stage. We fail, we pick the pieces together, we shake and dust out every dust. Okay. Then we learn from that failure. We move on. So let's have that mindset. You cannot be an entrepreneur, you cannot be a design thinker, or you cannot develop a design thinking idea when you are very much afraid to fail. No, in design thinking, students of design thinking, we believe in the fact that we are supposed to be risk lovers, but not risk averse. We should love risk, take calculated risks. Otherwise, we cannot do anything meaningful. Then the issue about we not showing, but we're doing more of the talking. No, it's a stop talking and start making. Design thinking relies on power of tangibility. It is enough to be talking about the idea. For the past 10 years, you've been thinking through, you've been having dreaming about something, you have this, I will do this, I will do that, and always adding on to what you will do list. But there's nothing that you've been able to show off from the past 10 years. Even right when you were 20 years, you started dreaming, I'll be this. By 30 years, I'll be that. I'll be this. I have this idea I want to deploy and all of that. And all of that. So please, we are to, as students of this course, let's start doing something right after the course. Please, let's come together. It may not be members of this class per se, okay? It may be colleagues from other places. Bring them together, lead the team, and start doing something good for yourself and for Mother Ghana. The next one, this human focus. The people you are looking to design for are ultimately your path to innovative ideas. Okay, we have to always be in touch with the customers, with the people. At that point, they are not your customers yet, but they are the people through whom you develop ideas. Ideas can never be developed out of nothing. Okay, out of nothing. It is the people you are with, the community in which you are, the organization in which you are, the people, the current employees you are you are working with, the current customers that you are serving. The ideas will emanate from them. Get closer to them, study them critically. Design thinkers are supposed to be inquisitive. Okay, design thinkers are supposed to be inquisitive. You don't walk around with your eyes closed. No. You don't interact with people who don't pick signals. You don't move into your community and assume that it is the same as the community you were. You're in a new environment. You've met new people. Look around and look around. You are likely to get what? I will identify new ideas from the new environment. It's about the people. Okay? It's about the people, but not about you per se. So where there are people, there are opportunities. Where there are people, there are problems. And out of the problems, you get opportunities. Unless you are on an island. Okay. So those who see that I don't have any idea, I have nothing to start with, that means you are on an island. There's nobody you can see. Even if you have just a person, you can analyze that person and identify an idea, an opportunity, or a problem with that person. Produce something or design something to meet that person's problem, and you pick it from there. So students of marketing, students of procurement and supply chain, within their environment of business, okay, within the procurement career or procurement profession, those of you who are already practicing procurement, within your line of career practice, There are several things that can be done to enhance it. There are several things that can be done to start something new out of that. In one of these classes, a student who worked with insurance company. When we're done with the course, he has established his own firm, not an insurance firm per se, but something very novel in the insurance business. He has registered his company and is now making it. Anytime I have a discussion with him, I'm very happy that it is through this course that he has been able to register a business out of there, and he's making it. He has not resigned from his insurance company. He's still working for the insurance, but it's an aspect of the total insurance business that he has reduced a business out of the insurance business. It's not a competing to the insurance company in which he is, but it's a complementary to the business, and he's making it. So please, let's embrace it. Let's embrace this course. It's going to be very, very helpful, and can only be helpful when we change our mindsets towards generation of ideas, towards serving customers, towards analyzing problems and developing opportunities. The traditional thinking methodology and the design thinking methodology, the differences, they are clear, very, very much clear. So lot of reports and documentation, but with the design, show, don't tell. Scared of failing, learn from failure, certainty to key, embrace ambiguity. Focus on solution. This one focuses on human values. Get it perfect the first time. No, we believe in what? Iteration. Talk about ideas. Make your ideas. That is it. Uncertainty. Anytime there's uncertainty, that means there is what? There is hope. You want to get it clear right from the beginning. It means everybody can get it clear from the beginning, and it is common for everybody. But when ideas are too confusing, not too straightforward, it means there's something good that can come out of that we need to welcome it. Go, get closer. Add more people. Maybe we're 2, 3 initially, and as the idea is still not too clear, add on. Bring a third another person. Bring another person who may be knowledgeable in that field. Welcome the person onto the team. It will help clarify the issue and start going. It may be too clear initially, but the confusion will be minimal. Gradually, it will be reducing. Then you keep start from there. Before soon, it is clear, and you start making it. Designers use empathy to gain deep insight into customer needs. Go deep into your customers' issues. Get closer to your customer, understand their challenges, feel their problems, their difficulty, about the people, about the community. And then you'll be able to develop the idea better, shape the idea better, and implement it. So as you serve them, as you solve their problems, and what again, you are also getting what? The required returns. So gaining empathy of customers requires a deep understanding of the following. Customers' job to be done. Yes. This is a job that needs to be done, not for us, but for the customer. We are serving some people. We are serving our people. Then the customer's pain. Okay, get to know the customer's pain. And the customer should gain from that. This should be our focus. Where are these people always commuting? Before they get to the roadside, they are sweating. Why don't I come with some transit means of helping them from wherever they are before they get to the roadside? We are helping them. That is their pain. When they get there with less sweat, they have now gained. So we can use the empathy map. There's a map called empathy map. Also, we can also use the persona. So popular design thinking tools for gaining empathy include the persona or the empathy map. We're able to do this very well. There's no way you go through this empathy system, empathy base, or using the empathy methodology, and be able to identify something, produce something, and go to the market and to fail. No. Because whatever you have in the market, it is something that the customers really need, because it was the idea was obtained from them.
Hello, sir.
Hello,
Sir, good evening.
good evening, madam.
Please, one of our colleagues said he's finding it difficult to join because when he joins and taps the link, they say the call is being recorded, so he can't join.
Ah, but this is somehow strange, because it has never been so. You should log out and start joining again, because it has never happened. This is new to me anyway. Because we
Yes,
started the recording, and thereafter a lot of people have joined. So why is he or she not being able to do that? So tell
okay,
the
so
individual to log out entirely and come back again. I think he should be able to, because we need him on board.
yes, sir.
All right.
All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Thank you very much. Sorry for interrupting too.
Don't worry. So the left brain and the right brain, how we use them and what they are meant for. So let's see which of these do we use mostly, or we can align ourselves to one of these. The left brain, we are told, is for rationality, logical reasoning. The left brain. So those who believe purely in rationality, the thing is red, it must always be seen as red. Logic, 1 plus 1 must always be 2. That is their principles. Anything other than that cannot hold. Then the right brain, those who use it more than the left brain, they believe in emotions. They have that empathy feeling. So to some people, they blend the two. They blend the left and the right and use them appropriately. Others are more towards the right. Others who are more towards the left. So we are told, or we are to understand the fact that as students of design thinking, we are to use both sides of the brain to solve problems. We shouldn't always be, or should not lean towards the right too much, where it's all about emotions, it's about intuition, whilst we leave out the logic. And we shouldn't be more of logic, rationality, and leave out the emotions and intuitions. Let's blend the two appropriately. In that case, we are most likely to get the best for ourselves and for our businesses. And can go beyond this for now. The 5 phases of design thinking, very good. We are going to use this extensively. So let's take our time and go through, because next week we are going to start the presentations. If not because we could not discuss last time, today will have been the time for presentation. Those who were able to work last weekend, they've started their presentation. So when you contact other centers today, they'll be presenting and they've started earning their scores or their marks. But we are fortunate that we are not starting. So the first one, empathize. Then we go to define, ideate, prototype, and test. So the testing stage, when we get to the testing stage, then we say we have landed. We've been able to provide solution to our prospective clients, customers. And out of that, we are going to make the money. Okay. Out of that, the community will be happy, the society will be happy. Ghana will be happy. The world will be a better place because we've gone through the process and we've been able to design a solution for the world. So how do we start? Empathize. And that's where we use this one. Designers use empathy tools to gain insight. So we are going to use the empathy map. Okay. We are going to go online, study how the empathy map look like, and we are going to use the map to develop our ideas in collaborative manner. We'll go into that later. Then define the next stage. Our next meeting after next week is the second week of presentation. We are going to go into what? The define stage, where we'll define our users' needs, we'll define their problems, and identify the insights. The first one, we use the empathy map or the persona to be able to understand or get to know their issues. When we are done, then we are now coming to define what we have been able to assess. Then the third presentation will go into what is called the ideate. Now that we've been able to understand their issues from stage 1 and stage 2, the first two presentations, at that point, we've been able to understand their challenges. If the community in which you have been able to research, okay, you've been able to research very well. You went to them, you've been able to understand their issues, you've been able to define their issues properly without any form of ambiguity. You are not missing the point. So the next question is the ideation stage. How would the question there is, how are we going to solve the problem that we've been able to define? So we need to generate ideas. So this is where the individuals in the group will bring their issues to bear. Then after ideation, we should be able to at least select one at that point. Oh, through the brainstorming, the research, and all of that, we've landed on this. So having been able to ascertain what will be the ideal solution for the problem identified or defined, we need to develop a prototype. Okay, we need to develop a prototype, a miniature of the whole solution. So we'll be able to test that prototype and see whether it will work for our prospective client customers. So what tools will we be needing in each of these stages? What tools will we be needing in each of these stages? The empathize stage, the personas, the interviewing, contextual inquiry, the 5 whys, the empathy mapping, and all of that. The define, statement status, stakeholder mapping, journey mapping, abstract laddering, affinity clustering. We are not saying that we have to go into all of this. It is up to the group to decide, oh, let's use empathy mapping. Then we get to the define stage. Let's use the journey mapping. But before, they need to understand each one of them before you'll be able to select what you want to use. Because at the presentation stage, each one of us or at the presentation, you should be able to justify how you went through the empathize stage. What did you do at that point? You should be able to tell all of us, not me per se, but all of us, because we are all together learning. You should be able to justify why you went through that stage and why you think that stage is the best and that has helped you the best given the issues you are discussing. Then the definition, the same. Then we'll go to the ideate, concept poster, creative matrix. That wouldn't permit us to go through all of this, but please let me say this. Go online, read a little about each one of these. Then, because it's not an essay that you are going to write on, but you have to have a fair idea so you know which one will best help you. Because those of you be going to who maybe pick something from the health industry or the health sector. Maybe in the health sector, a particular one may be more beneficial. Some of you may want to pick something from the community. Some of you may want to pick something from educational sector, from whatever sector that. So it depends. Whatever issue you are discussing will call for the best of the two or a particular tool to adopt. Then prototype. Then we test and commercialize. So the empathize stage. The empathize. What does our customers think and feel? Okay. You need to hear them out from friends, from family, from bosses, from social media. Until you do this, it will be very difficult to understand what their issues are. Okay, so we use the hearing. We can use the think and feel. Then the seeing. Okay, what does your customer see when they when they wake up, when they check social media? What market what is the market or what is the market offering? You see, you need to understand all of this. In this case, you'll be able to understand the community issues properly. You'll be able to understand the environment in which you are working or you live very well. So the next question we ask, what does your customers say and do? To me, about the family, friends, or people who matter. So in summary, what are your customers' pains? The people you want to serve, what are their pains? Or the people you are currently serving, what are their pains? Okay, out of which you're able to develop opportunities for the kind of thing that you need to do to be able to serve them. This is the mind map. That wouldn't permit us to go through all of this, but you can use any product. This is something that they've used, but can use anything idea to think through and develop one for the kind of idea that you may have. Two approaches to solving problem. The left brain, the logic, using the logic or the rationality, and the intuition, or the intuition, that's the right brain. Let's look at the first one. Perform situation analysis, the rationality approach. get to know the current state of affairs. This is where we use the SWOT, PESTIL, or the PEST analysis. I believe you all know what the SWOT analysis is about. The strength, weakness, opportunity. So we perform the situation analysis. This will help you know the current state of affairs. Then find and define goals. Develop solution variant, the possible alternatives available. Assess and select based on the various alternatives that were defined or identified earlier. Then a solution will be obtained. So from problem to solution. We mentioned that it is not always what logical that to follow through the processes. It iterates. So sometimes you get to the development of solution variant, you may have to pause there, go back to analyze the situation again, blah 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 before. So you may want to go to it may go through the process not only once but several times before a solution will be obtained. Then the right brain, understand and observe, define point of view, that's a POV, ideate, then develop and test the prototypes. At that point, then solution will be obtained. Or you start again, or at a point you go back to start again, then solution will be obtained finally. Tools for defining a problem. Some problems may be simple, others may be complex, others may go even beyond complex and to become more wicked, as some may want to put it. So, depending on the problem at hand, then you need to know the nature of it, then you start somewhere. Define the problem using the prioritization matrix tool. Know where your problem stands, or the kind of problem you are assessing, know where it stands in the matrix. You use the importance, then the potential reward or the impact. How urgent do we need that solution? And the kind of impact or the kind of profits, revenue, and the impact can make to the people or to the community. So with this, you know where the problem lies within the matrix or the quadrant. We have first priority, second priority, third priority, and eliminate. Look at the first priority. In terms of reward, is very high. In terms of urgency, how urgent do we need that solution? That will give us the highest reward. In terms of urgency, it is very high. So a problem that is of high, is highly needed, and it's needed now. And the kind of reward when we implement a solution to that problem, the kind of reward we will get as a business and as the community is also high. So we see it for that problem falls within the high priority criteria or high priority issue. And it is what? It is something that we need now. We need to solve now. Third priority, in terms of urgency, high, but the impact is low. Even if we do not go ahead to do that, it wouldn't affect, or it will not be too much of a challenge if we are unable to address it. But we need it is something that needed to be done because of the urgency. Then second priority, in terms of urgency, it's not that much of urgent. It's not that much urgent, or we don't need it now per se. It is something that is a problem though, but it's not something that it must be done now, no, per se. Rather, but instead of looking at it from the importance or the impact on the community and the business you are doing, it has a high level of impact. So we categorize such an issue into the into the as a second priority. Second priority. Then they eliminate. Eliminate that particular challenge or problem or opportunity that we are assessing. The impact is very low. Urgency, not much of important per se. So we place that kind of challenge and eliminate. So it is up to the group. So as you discuss your issues and you want to select one, well, if you are 5, 6 in a group, each person must come up with an idea. And then you use this prioritization matrix to select the best of the ideas to progress from. So that's for us to think through. So this is how the prioritization matrix works. Then step 3, tools for ideation. The ideation, when we get to the ideation stage, this is how we are going to do it. We use what is called the scamper. There is an acronym called the scamper. It starts at the substitute. Okay, whatever we are generating, this is for the purpose to substitute. Okay, so we need to look at the materials, the processes, the rules, the products, and the ingredients. That's the S, the first S, or the S of the acronym. Then we move on to the second one. Combine. Okay. Combine. What are we combining as a group? The ideas, the talent, the resources, and the objectives. We need to look at all of this together. Then the third one, adapt. Then move to modification. Okay, we modify. Then the P, we need to put together other users. Put to other uses, yes. Then the last one, but last but one, the eliminate. We may want to, maybe a problem at that stage, maybe a problem there to look at. So are we to simplify? Are we to split? Are we to put them apart? So this is a question mark for the group to discuss. Then the last one, the R, reverse. So are we to look at the entire process once again? Are we to look at it, the opposite side of it? Are we to swap it with something else? Or we need to reorganize? Tools for ideation. So at the ideation stage where each group or the members of the group is going to think through what kind of solution, okay, what kind of solution do we need to come out with, okay, to address the problem that we have defined at the previous stage. So we go through this or can use this process, okay, to come out with ideas to be able to get the best of solution. So still on the scamper, this one gives us a different view, a better view on how it works. Substitute, what can be substituted? Which process can we try instead? Who can be involved instead? Okay. Through that, you may get something new to address the problem. Or is there anything that we can add to make it different? so as to help address the problem. Maybe they are currently they are using something, it's not too bad, but it is still a problem. There's an issue with the current process or the current tool, the current product, or the current service that is being rendered. Is it something that we can add? Is it anything that we can merge? Okay, to make it new. Can we connect? So we analyze each of these. So members of the group will be thinking through, ask important questions using this, the scamper approach, to see what best solution can be deduced to help address the problem. Then the prototype. Now we are discussing this together, but you need them more when you get to that point. So you have the slides. As you get to each stage, go back to the slides, look at it critically, can read beyond that online, and be able to use the method appropriately to address the issues. Because when you get to step 4, developing the prototype, you need to come back here. And how best can we develop the prototype? This is a very critical stage in the whole process, because when you get it wrong, we are going to depend on the prototype to be able to do the main task. So once you do that, you need to keep the user in mind, because it is from the user's perspective that you deduce the problem or you identify the problem. So if the prototype is going to be developed, which is a miniature of the main one, I think that have in mind the concerns of the users. Plan the scope of testing. Take action and feel fast. Choose the right tools and fidelity. Record questions for testing. At the prototype stage, you need to go through all of this. Tools for testing prototype. So at the tools for testing prototype, we need to go through the process once again and see if we've been able to, for each of the processes that we went earlier, we've been able to address all the concerns at that point in time. That's why we need to go back to the empathize and see whether their issues have been really considered and all of that. So, my cherished students, that is for us to know what goes into design thinking and design thinking methodology. So I believe at this point you've gotten a good understanding on what goes into design thinking, what the design thinking is about. Initially, you might have been confused, knowing what at all is design thinking, what course is it that we don't have to write exams, what course is it that we have to come and present every week for the 6 weeks. Now, I believe your challenges have been addressed through this presentation. You know what the course is about. You know, and that your thinking or your methodology towards the traditional way of assessing problems. Now you know what we mean when we say design thinking methodology. I believe you know that. That's the first thing. So if at this point your thinking or your philosophy towards addressing community problems, or you as an entrepreneur, your philosophy towards business, if it's still on a traditional way, then I think we have to go through the slides once again. Because the essence of this slides is to help you embrace the philosophy of design thinking or the design thinking methodology, because that's what we are going to use hence going forward. So I'll pause here. Then you bring your concerns. Thereafter, we look at our groupings. We look at the tasks for the presentation for next week. There's a material here that I need to share with you. It's going to guide you to to prepare very well for the first presentation. So you have the floor. Hello, my cherry student, are you there?
Hello, sir. We are here.
Yes, sir, we are
Yeah.
here.
Ni Papo,
Yes, sir.
Alpha Daniels. Yes.
Yes, we
Are you
are
getting
here,
a
sir.
are you able to get a concept right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
We thank
Very well.
God.
Yes, sir.
So my prayer is that by the time we are done, our last day of the course, people will have, some of you, I'm not expecting all of you do, but some of you should be able to move beyond this class, form your own businesses out of this, and we'll be glad. At the end of the day, we'll vote for the best idea in this class. We are going to vote. When we are done with everything, we'll vote for the best idea. And our lead supervisor they'll come together and select out of the best idea from each study center. Then we'll select the best idea across the study centers. And the best idea will be given a reward or an award. And I pray that those of us from Lashibi, the best idea that will emerge from here will win the overall best idea.
Amen.
And there are plans that the overall best idea may get some sponsorship. It hasn't been confirmed though. They will get sponsorship to implement the idea or nurture the idea until it has been materialized. So you have the floor, or everything went on very well. If the class is quiet, it means your mentality or your philosophy towards idea design thinking is correct now, and that we can move from here. So let's look at the groups. How many groups did you present to me? Our course rep, madam, what's the name?
Yes, Joella.
Sir,
Joella.
sir,
How
question,
many
question.
how many groups
Sir,
how
question.
many question? Yes, we are ready.
Yeah, so my question is like for the presentation, is it that what you taught us here is what we are going to present on? Or is there something
No,
different?
no, please. What the presentation we just did there is to give you an exposure on how the presentations will be. For example, um, next weekend, the next week where we are going to come out of let me be done. Let's be done with the group and we'll come back to your question. But you're not going
Okay.
to define, you are not going to give me anything theoretical. We are going to go to your community, identify an issue, and come and discuss with that, come and present. So we'll look at the first presentation, but the first presentation very soon. Then it will respond to your question.
Yes, sir. Sir, question.
Yes. Oh,
Sir,
I'm not able to download the. Yes, please, I'm listening.
yes, sir, please, when we say prototype, is it only for like physical, is it all product, like all prototype that have to be physically, like you can feel them or touch them, or we can have a prototype that is just uh an idea, or so let's say like how you said the insurance, they do the insurance this thing. I don't know. I don't know if you are getting
Yes, I've got
my
your question. You were asking whether
uh,
prototype is something physical that can be seen and touched. A prototype
yeah,
of the product. Is that not
the
the case?
product. Yeah. Yes, yes.
Yes. Assuming you want to, your idea will end up producing something tangible or is a good. You know, products are divided into two. We have good products and we
Okay.
have service product, right? So if
Yes, sir.
your idea, for example, last time we said if someone will want to improve upon kinky, the normal kinky with the kinky we sell. The
Yes,
kinky
sir.
we sell is all of the cassava, sorry, the corn dough. And that's the only thing that they do. The corn dough, and some even adds a little of cassava dough to it. And we don't even know the composition of the carbohydrate, the protein composition, and all of that. So somebody may want to add a little more things or bring in some vitamins, minerals into it, and now have a modified kinky, and that will be sold differently. It's a new product has been designed. So at the prototype stage, the prototype stage, the the organizers or the group will have to come back to at least something that
The
we can see. This is the modified, or this is how the modified or the new kinky, the new kinky will look like. That is a prototype, and it is something physical that we can see, touch. Okay, but assuming it is of a service in nature, where we cannot produce we cannot um, show anything physical. Okay, you have to come out with how it will look like or how it will be at its final stage. That's a prototype for us. Because the prototype will not necessarily
okay,
have to be always something that, because if there's a service that you are going to render, the prototype at that point should be able to tell the whole world how the final stage will be like. And you should be able to demonstrate in your presentation. And that is the prototype. That from there will be testing.
okay, okay, sir.
Course rep, I'm not able to download the material you sent me. Please, can you help me with the how many groups do we have in the list? How many groups?
7 groups, sir.
7 groups.
Yes, sir.
And how many in a group?
3 groups have 10 members and the other 4 have 9 members.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and we have 2 hours to present. 2 hours, how many minutes? 120 minutes.
Yes,
So
sir.
120 minutes, and so you have 7 groups.
Yes, sir.
So 120 divided by. Yes, she's here. So 120 divided by 7. So how many do we have? Or what do we have?
17 minutes and some seconds. 14 seconds.
17 minutes. That will
Yes.
mean that we have to use the entire 2 hours. Meaning we cannot do anything. As soon as it's 4, we have to start. And even that we need 17 minutes. Okay. 17 minutes, less than 17 minutes. So let's say it is 15 minutes. We are working this together. 15 minutes times 7. We have 105 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So 15 minutes, 105 minutes. Okay. Good.
Yes,
So
sir.
105 minutes, we have to start around maybe after 15 minutes. 15 minutes after 4, we have to start. And that we have to do all of this within 15 minutes, including questions and answers. So you see how difficult that thing will be. So we need more than the 2 hours to be able to do this course and do it very well, so that we'll be able to listen to everybody and score ourselves the right scores. Because we shouldn't be in a haste to jump over ideas. So we can scrutinize each idea very well and get the right scores, the right input, and help modify. Because after presentation, all of us have to come in to critique, assess, especially the first 2 presentations. When we are doing the brainstorming and all of that, the ideation and all of that, we need to all come together and critique the idea and get a best for the group. So we'll take, because the course is supposed to be 3 hours. It's a 3-hour course. It's a 3 credit hour course. Meaning we'll need our 1 hour in addition to the 2 hours on the timetable. So that one, I'll leave that with you. Because if you have to use the 2 hours, we'll have to be rushing and it will go against the members in the group. So I will leave that with you. So we have the extra 1 hour somewhere and complete the process. But before then, let's look at what next week will be. Next week. So let me share my screen once again and the task for us next week. And I will answer the earlier, whether we are going to present what we've discussed now or something else. Hello, please, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I
Yes,
can
sir.
see.
Very good. So assignment 1, problem identification and prioritizing using prioritization matrix. We are told to use 6 students per group, and that will not be helpful because we are many, we cannot use that 6. So we have to go beyond that. So we are going to stick to what we have. So each group must identify 6 urgent problems. So based on the number of students we have in a group, so those who have 9 should identify 9. So I mean each person must come up with a problem. Are we together?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Within a clearly defined context, within the context, maybe the community where you are, maybe the hospital, if you ever visited a hospital, and you want to analyze the situation from that angle. Okay, maybe a school, maybe something, maybe a transport service you enjoyed, an airline service you enjoyed, or an airline service that you are familiar with, or something that you think we need to work on. So it may be a university campus, a hostel, an SME, transport system, healthcare, access, sanitation, digital service, student life, community challenges, and many more. The problems must be identified using 3 methods: brainstorming, observation, and survey. I believe it's not new to us. But the survey will be difficult because survey, you need time, get questionnaire, and go around. We have only 1 week to do this. So maybe the survey may not be, if you can use survey, fine. But brainstorming will be okay, given the circumstances before us or the situation before us. Then step-by-step assignment requirement. Step 1, problem discovery. The brainstorming. Conduct a group brainstorming session among yourself, the 9 or the 7 in the group. Generate as many problems as possible. Narrow them to 6. That is, there are 6 of you in a group that appear urgent and reoccurring. Looking at the map that way, the matrix we showed, urgent problem and all of that. Then you can also use the observation. Observe users or situations related to the selected context. Note behaviors, bottlenecks, frustrations, inefficiencies, or unmet needs. List observation directed to the 6 identified problems. Then survey. I want us to do away with the survey because of the time constraints. That is the step 1. problem discovery. Then problem definition, step 2. For each of the 6 problems, provide a clear problem statement. Provide, for each of the 6 problems, provide a clear problem statement. Who is affected? Where the problem occurs? Why is it urgent? Okay. Step 3, prioritization matrix, quantitative phase. You must use prioritization matrix to rank the 6 problems. So an example has been given here. We follow through. Then the one that was scored the highest score will be the one that the group is going to select as their topic to proceed with. Then the quantitative justification. You must justify each score numerically using survey percentage, frequency count, simple averages, observed trend. An example has been given here. Problem 1. The problem 1 that came from, let's say, Nipapo scored 5 on people affected because 78 of the respondents identify it as daily challenges. You know, we don't want to go for the survey. I'm not sure survey will be off. Those who want to go for survey, fine, but the 1 week before, even to develop the survey and go out and conduct, that's going to be an issue. So that's why I want us to draw. But those who want to go for it, but what is important here is to be able to rank, at least have some quantitative ranking to see which of the problems comes out best. Okay, as the best of an issue to address. Then how do we present? You wouldn't be doing it verbally. You must put it on a PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So your title slide, group members, the title page must have the group members, your topic. Then give us a little introduction or the context. Where is your issue coming from? Is it from the health sector? Why that? Then the method used. Are you using, did you use brainstorming, observation, or the survey? Then the 6 identified problems, the survey results, the prioritization criteria, the prioritization matrix table. Then we'll use the quantitative justification, then final priority problem, then conclusion, then references, if any. Then you score the entire marks for yourself and for the group and for me too. Please, I want you to do this task and do it very well, because when you get the first task wrong and you get the wrong idea or you don't get the best of ideas, because I want Lashibi to emerge as overall or the best idea. And before we can do that, we need to come out with innovative issues, challenging ones that will go out there and compete with students from other centers. So that is for us to take note of. Any question? Any contribution? So, Mr. Questioner, I believe this has answered your question. And we're doing this every week. This is for the next week. The following week, we will discuss what is expected of us in the second presentation. So each week we'll have a new way of making a presentation. So that is for us to consider. Any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you.
Sir, please, would you kindly share this particular slide with us?
Yes, I'm going to do that.
All right. Thank you very much.
I'm going to do that.
Sir,
Yes, madam.
um, with the
But I'm
ranking, the one
still
that
only the admin can share. Oh. You've not added me as an admin, so I cannot share. Or what you can do is to send me hi. So I send it to you, so you place it on the group.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Please, you are
that
breaking up.
ranking,
I'm unable to hear you.
Please come again. Hello.
Please, she's saying the line is breaking.
Is it okay now? Is it better now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Blessed, is it better now?
Let's.
It may be his network because if
And,
all
and
others are
Joella,
getting it right,
Joella,
Yes,
Joella,
Question.
yes, yes, sir.
why is it that the group is only meant for only admins can share on it? Why is it so?
No, it has been fixed. Go and try. I don't know. Me, Jerry said he has done it, but I'm doing it again.
He didn't do that. It was different group that did.
no,
We
it's
have
okay.
about two.
It will be fixed. Here is it. Like, why, you can't be watching dirty lines over here. It will be fixed now.
here is not Kwan Ho. Here is the main
Sir,
road. It's not the
question. A
Kwan
question. Sir, a question.
Yes, Alpha.
Sir, so we will present on only one problem. That's after you pick the one
Yeah,
with the
after
highest.
the yes. After next week, we will only be presenting on one. The one that will merge as the best problem among the group.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hello,
so
sir.
so,
Please,
so this
sir, please. Now you
is
can send messages to the group. Thank you. Daniel can talk.
so this particular assignment we have to present on all the 7 or 9 problems.
Yeah, no, not we are not giving detailed information, but per the
Okay.
slides, I'm about sharing.
Okay. After finding the 9 problems, we just tackle the one with the highest.
Yes.
Okay.
So if I should get you right, are you saying that
Mhm.
after getting the 9 problems, we are picking
Mhm.
one and then we'll talk about the one?
Come again.
Are you saying that after we have all come up with our 9 problems,
Yes.
are we picking the highest one and then we'll talk about it this week?
Each group, not
No. Next,
the
next,
whole group.
the
Yes,
next,
yes.
the
No,
next
like,
presentation. Hello.
yes, sir.
Our next presentation, per the slides I'm sharing with you, the PDF we just discussed. Per the PDF we just discussed, you have to brainstorm, identify based on the method you use. Identify each person. Okay, you are 6, you are 7, you are 9. If you are 9, come out with 9. If you are 7, come out with 9. Then out of that, rank, assess based on the problem matrix that we discussed. Be able to go through and rank and see which one of them will emerge the best of the issue that can be that can move towards that can move beyond next week. And that will be it.
Oh, okay.
We are done
Okay.
with group. We are done with the first presentation. Then the subsequent ones, we are going to base the subsequent presentation on whatever emerge as the best among your group. So assuming
Okay.
Nick Papo's issue emerge the best based on the various criteria, the tools you use, it emerge the best. It suggests that subsequently, that problem becomes the group's issue, the group's topic that you are going to base on for all the subsequent presentations. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Good.
So this week's own won't give much details in it. Just the surface.
Come again.
So this week's own will not give much details to the
To
problems.
next week.
Yeah, next week presentation.
No, 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 no. You're not going to give this. You are going to have the material I'm sharing gives us
Yes.
detailed
How
information also. Then the information we just discussed, and I'm sharing that with the one. I think I couldn't submit. I couldn't share, so I'm sharing with the person with the 5039 as the last four numbers.
Sir, please, you can now share
Anytime
to
I
the
share,
group.
why is it rejecting? Even trying to share with you personally, it is rejecting. Let me refresh my screen.
Yes, you can now share to the group.
Okay.
Please, can the others check if you can now type in the DTI design thinking group to confirm I have fixed it.
Roger. Mhm. Please, are we clear?
Clear with sending.
Yes.
I believe there's no confusion on what our expectation, what the expectation is, and what our responsibilities are, including our right as members of the various groups.
the question?
Yes, sir. I'm with you.
So are you going to make slides on them or
Yes, yes. We are going to have slide. The document I'm sharing with you are about sharing details what is expected of you. So study it. I'm loading it. It will soon be at your end. Okay. Okay, I believe now you have it now. So on this note, we come to an end for today's discussion, and I want to leave you. So think through as a class or as a group, and let us know when we can have at least 30 minutes in addition to the 2 hours. Because the 2 hours will not be enough for the number of individuals in the group and even the number of groups available. If we are to use 15 minutes, we will still, the 2 hours will not be enough. So if you want to us to go beyond the 6, fine, so that we close at 6:30, or as and when the last person is done presenting, then we'll move from there. All right, so on this note, I want to say thank you very much. I'm always available. You can call on me anytime if you want some clarification or whatever we have discussed. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you, sir.
but whoa.